Well, hello there, friends. This is Barb Ryder, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Michigan. How are you this evening? I'm just going to make sure that I have things happening in the right spots. There we go. It shows that I'm live. That's what I want. All right, now it's doing that crazy stuff again. When I go to the live on my phone, it's like it's doing this. It's weird, I have to say. And I don't know why that is. All right, let's try one more time because I can't see my comments. There we go. Hello, hello. Hi, Sue. And what else do I want to say? This when you never know what Facebook is going to do when you go on here live. So, let me see. Okay, because today I did my thing and went in here and then this thing pops up. It says Meta AI Support Assistant, and it won't exit out of it. It's like it wants me to tell it to do something, and I don't mess with that stuff. So anyway, how is everyone? I'm going to have to refer to my phone for comments because, like I said, it's not being nice. And I wanted to turn off the notice that said blessing box with the Simply Leaves. That's done. Hello, Sue. Who else is in? I got two Sues on here. Hi. But I couldn't because this thing is in the way. I don't know. So crazy. Technology. I'm still learning, but you know. All right, let me look at something really quick to see if I might be able to. Darn, I cannot see these comments. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, tonight I have, so if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. I am recording this live on Facebook, which I upload onto my YouTube channel, so you can always go back and refer it there. Facebook deletes the videos every 30 days, so I hope that you will go over to my channel. I have lots and lots of videos there. And let's see. Hi, Nancy. I am going to go ahead and turn the camera down. People are still jumping on, I see. It's still not telling me what I want it to do. This is so bizarre. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, gracious me. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we have what I need. I don't know, so craziness. All right, well, you know we have the designer paper series sale that's still going on. There is a select number of designer papers that are on sale for 15% off, and cardstock, two-tone cardstock. So make sure you go to my website, which is, right there, and you can shop my store if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, or if you're not a demonstrator yourself. You can still shop with me or any demonstrator, even if you are a demonstrator. Did you know that? I'm sure you did, but all right, let's go ahead and turn the camera down, and I am featuring the Flowering Meadow bundle with our projects tonight. And I thought I'm going to pull in the catalog and show you. Look at, there are several places that you can find this Flowering Meadow, things that go with it, all those kind of things. So, all right. Let's go ahead and first of all, let's go ahead and take a look in the catalog. So this is our May to August 2026 catalog. We will be getting a new catalog starting September through December. So, Flowering Meadows. The first page I'm going to go to is 32, And this is the page that shows the whole suite. So you can see like all some, you know, they've got this page dedicated, and over here, these are all the items that come in the suite. There's a number that you can choose to get everything in the suite. Now I have to tell you, I looked at this before we went live, and the suite is not available. However, the paper is in stock, and several of the other items are in stock. So make sure to not just go directly to the suite number. If you want this bundle or just the paper that's on sale, make sure you're pulling the numbers that are regarding that. Now, so here's some great samples that they share with us. And there's more samples in the catalog. Now, our new catalog starting in September is going to be laid out pretty much the same way. So so this is talking about suite collection. Then you get into the bundle collections, and you will see down here on the page 38, you can see here is, let me get this in here, here is the bundle right here. Get in the camera there. And right here is another sample using some standalone dies that are in the die set in the bundle. And I'll show you a couple of those I've cut out, you can see. There's that. Now we're going to go on, and it's going to show you just stamps, okay? So even though they're in a bundle, when you look through the catalog, you'll be able to see right there is it tells you there's a suite and bundle that goes with this stamp set. So you can't miss out. You'll want to look in those places. When you're looking at things in the catalog, it does that. You know, it gives you that information. Here is another sample using that bundle. And again, here we go. We are going to go back here, and then just the dies are showing up. Okay, here's just the dies. Now, they don't give you any pictures with just the dies, but the dies are in the section that just says dies, right? And then last but not least, in the suite, you have the paper. And so that's where I'm going to turn back here on page 64-65. A lot of these papers that you see are on sale for 15% off. So make sure you go to the website and right here, and you can see all of the, go to the little tab that says shop, and then click deals, and then the drop down, look for the paper sale. So that's what I wanted to share with you out of the catalog. And this is on sale for $14.45, I believe, is what I wrote down. $14.45 is what the paper is on sale for. Now, it's a specialty paper because it has velvet in the design of the paper. All right, so let's move that out of the way, and let's get started on our first card. I talked about the, let me turn this, this is giving me, it's too loud, and it's causing me issues here. Don't like that. All right, let's see how, 1 second here. There we go. Okay, still not telling me what I want. Hi, Lynn. Okay. Not telling me how many people are live. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Stamp with Barb. And then I go there. There we go. Now I've got it right. 1 more second, y'all. Okay. Whew, finally. All right, so here's our stamp set, right? And these are pretty true to size of what you see on the front of your paper. And then here are the dies that go with this bundle. Now, when you look at the dies, you've got some that I call standalone dies, okay? So you've got this one, the leaf, these little flowers are all standalone, and then this little piece is what goes here. So you got some standalone dies, right, that don't die cut a stamped image. And here I have a couple of those cut out. I was going to show you these. Let me see here. I cut out the daisy looking die, you can see. And then I have put that on, whoops, get out of the, there we go. Put that on the tall leaf, that is the die. And then here is well, these are the same thing, I guess. Yeah. But let me show you how that works. And these are the leaves that you can do separate by themselves too. This little die has 2 places for flowers. So there, you could do one there. These aren't glued on, of course, but I've cut the little brown or black spot here to go onto the bloom. But there you go. So I wanted to show you those standalone, that's what we call them, standalone dies that you can just use without having this, stamp to punch something out. Okay, let's move these things over here out of the way. And our first card we are going to create is, let me grab my envelope here with all the goodies. And I need to grab my, let's see here. We're going to use the Peaceful Pine on this one. Got all the parts here. Now this is doing some fussy cutting. Oh, and the other thing is that some of the designer paper, there is a die that will cut out some of the designer paper. So that's what I've done here. And then we have the daisy folder. This is ran through the daisy folder. We have a couple pieces of the designer paper that we are going to be using, and bubble bath. Now these dies, let's see, this die, I'm going to get my sheet here. It's called the Sweet Words and Labels dies. It goes with the kind of the Winnie the Pooh set. So that's our die. So let's go ahead and talk about the sizes of what we are using. It stopped buzzing. Is it supposed to stop buzzing? Well, I think I turned my volume down, Lynn. I just saw your comment here. That might be why. I'm not really sure. Okay, let's go ahead. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, or folded in half. Let me find my bone folder here. It's hiding. There we go. And let's just do this. Okay. Then I have 2 pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4, one for the inside, one for outside. We have a little strip of the bubble bath, which is a 1/2 inch by 3 1/2. We have 2 pieces of the designer paper, and that is 1 1/4 inch by 3 3/4. So 2 of those. Our little die cut piece is basic white, 3 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then I've die cut 2 of the flowers, and then I have fussy cut some of the leaves out of, you can see it's the same paper here. I fussy cut a few of the leaves that we're going to use. Okay? All right. This is a really simple card, honestly. It has a lot of pieces. So this is our die cut, and we are going to stamp So Many Reasons to Celebrate using the Peaceful Pine. How many of you have this bundle? Did you end up getting this bundle? It's been out a little while because the catalog's been out a little while, right? So I'd be curious. I just know that this paper is amazing. It's got this little fuzzy, wherever there's white on this paper, it's got the fuzzy, and what's it called? I can't think of what it's called right now. There's a name for it. Why can't I think of it? Anyway. So many reasons to celebrate. And let me see here. This is gonna go kind of right in the center. Just like so. Okay. And let's take that. And we'll wipe this off. Hello, Bobby. Thank you for sharing. Hey, by the way, ladies, I am going to start. I have a ton of beautiful cards, and I am going to start just mailing those out to anybody that shares the video or comments card. if you would like me to send you one of the cards, just make a comment or card or share my video. That helps so much when you share the video. It gets things rolling for me and gets out to more people. All right, so that's all the stamping that we need to do. Now we're going to put all these pieces together. All right, so again, we have our basic white is going to be a layer on the front of our card, and this is going to be a landscape card. So let's try to get this even all the way around, trying to make sure I'm staying in the video here. Let me show you. I'll show you the cards. I have 3 cards that I'm going to mail. Okay, so you tell me which one here's one card that I'll be mailing, and then here is an awesome technique card that is a card I'll be mailing. And then I have the Happy Autumn from last week. I will be mailing that one out, and this is using the current August product of the month paper. So that will be 3 of the cards, and I'm just going to, anybody that says that they would like, if you type in card and a comment or you share the video, I will go through and choose in my little wheel of people and send those cards out. And then I'll contact you. I'll let you know next time I go live on who that might be. If I don't have your address, I'll have to get that. All right, so we've got the first layer on. Okay, now what we're going to do is these 3 things are going to layer onto the card front. So I'm going to put the side pieces on first. Now I'm not really sure that you have to have if there's a right or wrong way here, but I think I'm going to put this so that the leaves are going up like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on their card. And let's get right over, just going to try to get kind of equal amounts all around, just like so. Cover up that light that's showing. Scoot these over and the leaf. All right, and so this one, let's get this down and make sure that we're kind of even all the way around on that one again. And then I'm going to put the debossed side, that is going to go down so that the puffed up side, the embossed side, is sticking up. All right, and that is just going to go right between these 2 guys, and there really shouldn't be, that should really pretty much butt right up against each other, just like that. Okay, that's what we have. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put some adhesive in the center and grab my sentiment here. Well, I didn't do very good on that. There we go. And oh, thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm just going to put this so that it's kind of centered, and my little diamonds are showing you can see the pink is showing in those little die cut areas there. There's that. We're going to pop this up with dimensionals. There. Let's go here and right there. Okay. So this is going to go towards the lower part of our card. I can get that. And kind of right down here. Let's see if I have it straight. That looks pretty straight. Just like that. Okay. And now we're just going to build this little piece right here. Now it's going to get dimensionals also. So let's put that on dimensionals on our floral piece here. So there. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab some mini dimensionals for this one. And did everybody have a good week since I talked to you last? Hopefully you did. And let's go right there. Okay. All right, let's put this down. And this is going to go right in that other upper white space that you see right here. And we're going to lay this in here so it kind of comes down into the, if I can do this, get it down in here. It keeps wanting to stick. There we go. At a little bit of an angle. There we go, just like that. Okay, pretty. And then we've got these guys, so I'm just going to put a mini dimensional on that leaf and one, well, I guess probably both of these leaves. I don't know if this one might be too big. I don't know. Let's try it, see if it'll fit. Yep, it doesn't show, so. All right, so you just got home from camping up north for the weekend. Oh, was the weather good for you, Bobby? Hi, Carol. You've been missing me. Well, I'm glad that you're here now. I have been here back kind of in my routine after all the things going on with my husband. And I have officially retired, ladies. I have officially retired from my full-time job. So this is really my full-time job now. We've got lots of appointments. Bill's doing really well. But yep, I guess I had to bite the bullet and just file for the Social Security, you know. All right, there we go. There's our leaves. That's what we have. Isn't that pretty? Let me bring it up closer so you can see. And again, this is a die cut, or you can fussy cut. I did fussy cut the leaves, so there's no die for those specific leaves. All right, last but not least, we are going to use these. These are Dreamy Flowers that are in the suite. And we are going to use some white. If I can get them out of here. Let's see. Don't want to use that one. There. Okay, we are going to use the white, and we're just going to put those right here on the ends of our little pink strip. So when are you going to be on? Carol, I am normally on Sundays right now, but I will tell you I'm trying to figure out if I need to change that, because I'm finding a lot of times on Sundays. See, I went to Sundays previously from Thursdays because it was just too much. It was too much for me to go to working full time and then coming on Thursdays. So that's when I started coming on Sundays. And then with Sundays, it seems like it's been working. I think with winter coming, Sundays are still going to be good. But I am looking at during the week also, sometime during the week. So yeah. But thank you for asking. I hope, excuse me, I can send you notifications, Carol, and make sure you have that you're following and that you have me set for notifications. So that way you'll get a reminder whenever I am on live, no matter what the date is. Facebook always changes things, and so you think you got your stuff set up the right way, and then boom, they decide they're going to change something on us, right? All right, so Dreamy Flowers, that's what we just used. And I believe our card is complete, except for, let's put this on the inside. And do this. Carol, and if you're just jumping on, I have 3 beautiful cards that I'm going to be mailing to anybody. I'll do a drawing. I just need you to comment card or share the video, and those list of people I'll go through, and I will get you one of these cards if your name is drawn. So here we go. There is our very first card. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And there we are. So let's go ahead and pull this one aside, and we're going to go on to, I have 3 cards for you. Okay. The second one, it's in the bright colors again. In this one, we're going to do some stamping and show you how to line up these stamps, because they do get a little, it's kind of odd. Sometimes they don't line up as easily as you think. So that's the reason I want to share with you. So I am pulling all the parts and pieces out here. I have used the Scallop Blooms die, and and then the Stylish Shaped Circle, and that's going to go right here. I have 2 pieces that are, I think this one is the most fuzzy of see the white? Flocked, that's the right word. It's a flocking type of, what do I want to say? It's a flocking type of material that's in here on the white. So there you go. We've got 2 pieces, and those are, I have them, this says 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. We have a piece of basic white is 5 1/4 by 4, and then our base of our card is the basic 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. However, this is a gatefold card, and so I have it pre-scored at 2 1/8. Well, if you do it this way, 2 1/8, and then you go all the way over. Let me get it here. 2 1/8, and then it's scored again at get on here right. It is scored at 6 3/8, or 2 1/8, and then you turn it over and score it at 2 1/8. Okay. But what you're doing is, this is like I said, this is a gatefold, and so that's going to go in here, and that's going to go into here. Okay. So this is our inside. Let's stamp on that, so we'll wait. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and put these pieces on, and those are going to go on the openings. And there isn't a right or wrong in this one. This piece is a non-directional piece, and that's just going to get centered into this flap. Okay. And let's go with this one. And let's kind of match it up so it's lined up next to each other here. Just like that. All right. This is going to be a vertical, up and down. Hi, Diana. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Carol said she signed up, liked, and shared. Awesome. All right, let's do some stamping. Okay, let's set this aside. We're going to do some stamping. So I've got all these pieces that we're going to be using on this card. Okay. Oh, you know what? I missed getting another sentiment out here that I wanted to use. Let's see here. Just because, this is what I'm going to stamp on this one. We grab this stamp. So if you're just joining, make sure you go back and watch the replay. And there we go. Just because. Okay. Let me grab. We're going to be stamping off, so I'm going to grab some paper here. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to stamp our stems, okay? And we're going to do this in, let's see, here's what I need. I've got Berry Burst, Garden Green, and Black. So we're going to start out with the 3-petal stem in Garden Green. Okay, now we need room for our word over here. So you have to be, I would say this one you just need to practice on your scrap paper, because can you see that there is a gap? See how there's a gap right there in between? That's where one of your flowers are going to go. So let's do, I'm going to bring this down over here, kind of like so. All right, see how it looks kind of weird? So we're going to do that. I'm going to move this out of the way for the moment because I need to leave that open. Well, let's go with our Berry Burst. And then this is the 3-petal stamp with the 3 petals. And the way this goes on is there's a little bloom right here, and that goes up here. So I have to get my head over here so I can see. And then you just have to line it up so that the flowers are going to hit these stems, if I can. And you'll see what I'm talking about, where, gosh, let's see, there we go. Sorry if I can't see and look at the camera at the same time I'm trying to do this. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Okay, now can you see how it fits right in there? So there was the gap right here. Well, the flower fits in there. Okay, then you've got these 2 petals that are going on these 2 stems here. There you go. So that's why we're doing this in steps. And then we have another floral stem here, and this is going to have a small bud. So let's just come over here, and I think I want one more. Let's see. Let's go like that. Okay. And then we're going to take this little sprig and kind of fill in down here at the bottom where it has the gap. So let's do that. And let's come right up here. I'm just wanting to fill that in kind of at the bottom where there was a gap in the stems. All right? That's what we have. Now let's try this one more time. This is the inside, so let's go with the 3 floral petal again, and let's stamp that kind of, I'm going to stamp down a little ways there so I don't have a gap at the bottom. And then we're going to go back with the 3 floral blooms here, and again you gotta get this lined up, okay? And it goes on there and goes on there, I think. There we go. Not too bad. That one's up a little high, but it's okay. It's a hand stamped card, y'all, right? So that one's done. And then let's go ahead and put this other bloom on the other 2 stems here. So yeah, this card, these stamps are 2-step stamping, and you just have to kind of figure out what you want to do. All right, so there we go. That's what we got. The last thing that we got to do is we've got these fun, here it is. I'm done with the green and the Berry Burst. Let's see here. We're going to use the black. And I'm still using my Memento black because that seems to be the best black I have used in forever and ever. So that's what we're using. So I'm going to ink this up so you can see it. There's 3 little thingies here. Those go with these petals or these floral pieces right here. And you got to line it up so that it hits each flower. And I think, look at that. See there? And that puts the little stamen, I guess they're called, in the middle of your flowers. Let's do this one and line that up. All right, got it. And then Just Because is going to go I'm hoping right here. See, I don't know if I want it there or here. Let me see. I think I'm gonna, sorry if my head's in the way, girls. I think I'm gonna have to, it's gonna go right here. Just because. There we go. And then, here's my lid. I was looking for the lid. All right, so there's what we have all together. Now, I have a bunch of inky stamps here that I need to get cleaned, or I'll find myself in big trouble. I don't like having ink all over the sides of my hands, right? All right, so we're almost done. And then I have one more card to share with you, but it's super fast and easy. But it's a fabulous layout. Let's see, I think I got everything. Yep. Okay. Get this out of the way. And we're going to use a different stamp set for this last card. All right, now we're ready to just put everything together. So let's go like this. And this fits right on that scallop bloom die, which is gorgeous together, right? And since this is a gatefold, you want to make sure that we are really creasing these, and it's so loud on this glass. All right, there we go. And that will help hold your flaps down better. And now we're going to put this on the front just like that, but you want to make sure that you're not putting your dimensionals where you don't want them. Okay, so let's do this, and then we're going to put dimensionals on the left here. Let's grab this. All right. I think I need one more. Let's see. Yeah, one more like right there, just to be safe. All right. And then we'll put our inside. So an easy fun fold. Gate folds are always easy. So just like that. Okay. This goes on the inside. Okay. And get that kind of centered in there. There we go. Beautiful. There's card number 2. What do you think? I think we should add some gems, don't you? What kind of gems should we put on here? Though the ones that go with the suite are very bulky, so I'm not thinking I don't think I want to do that. But rhinestones are always good. What else? I've got a bunch of new ones here I'm looking at. Those are white. We have the in color butterflies. We have those don't quite go. Let's see. I think now we have the iridescent pearls. Those are great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I think we're just going to go with good old rhinestones. That's what I think we're going to do. Let's pull this out. You can't go wrong with rhinestones. You know what I think I might do is actually, let's use our Berry Burst blend, Or we could do green. I don't know. I think we have enough berry burst, but did you know? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll go ahead. So you can take your brush tip end or your bullet tip end, and you can color these rhinestones so that you have any color you want according to the, see there? To what you're working with, right? All right, and then here's a medium one. Let me color that one, and just be very careful if you're using your brush tip end, because you certainly don't want to, what do I want to say? You don't want to break down the tip of your blend. Okay, super easy, right? Super easy to do. I don't do that often enough, right? Thanks, guys. I'm glad that you like the card. All right, so here's the first one, and then because it's alcohol markers, it dries super fast. So let's put one there, and let's put one right there, and our tiny little guy, let's put that one over here. All right, there we have it. Card number 2. But then those coordinate perfect. All right, so let's go on to the third card. And again, we are using the paper from the Meadows, can't even think, Flowering Meadows. But this is the card that we're creating here, and we have the fern embossing folder that we're going to be using cloud cover. And pull those out. We're going to use prayers and promises. I just had one of our longtime friend and a previous demonstrator. Her husband just passed away, so I'm going to make this card for her. And it's "He Cares for You" is what I'm going to use. And "He Cares for You," I think that's right here. Yeah. Let me just use one of my blocks I already have here. "He cares for you." And then for the inside, "As you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart." That's the one I want. As you grieve. Yep, this is what I want. So this is a fantastic set, you guys, for sympathy cards. Someone that just needs some encouragement, that's lost a loved one. Yeah. Now this is a tag that we don't have there. We're in the clearance section, so it just has a gold around and already has a hole punched in it. So we are going to go ahead and use this one and stamp "He Cares for You." I am using my cloud cover ink pad because I think I got lucky and got a good one. Some of them were not good, and so they didn't stamp the right color. This is very light, but it all coordinates. It's just soft, and that's what I want. Okay, and I'm not straight on this, so I need to get that straight. There we go. And while we have this out, I'm going to go ahead. This is just basic white, 5.5 by 8.5, and scored or folded in half or scored at 4 1/4, whichever works for you. Okay. On the inside, I'm going to stamp this sentiment. And again, I'm just using the cloud cover because it just is soft and nice there we go. Okay. That's all the stamping. Like I said, this is an easy card. So we're going to go ahead and finish the front. Now, like I said, I ran this through. I can't think of it. I think it's fern. It goes with the Fern and Flora set. I'm pretty sure it's already embossed with our emboss. I'm going to be careful so I don't pull up the cardstock, because sometimes it will pull the cardstock when it is embossed. Okay, so 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the front of our basic white, just like that. And we have a square here, and this square is 3 by 3. Now I'm going to make this into 4 little squares, and so 3 by 3, 1 1/2 by 1 1/2, right? Makes 3. So we are just going to go to 1 1/2 with our cutter. Get this down where you can see. I'm going to go to 1 1/2 and cut that. Then I'm going to turn this one and cut that at 1 1/2. Okay, I just want to keep these in the same way that I cut them. So that goes here, and then this one, I guess I'll just have to match them up again, but to make sure I've got them correct. But this paper, I think, is one of the prettiest pieces in there. It has like I don't know. I just think it's a soft, pretty design. All right, so what's next? We're going to go ahead and put these pieces on the front of our card. I just need to make sure that I have them lined up so that they are right side up. If they're not exactly the way they were, it'll be okay. So yeah, that one's not, and that one doesn't go there. Maybe it goes this way. Yes, that goes together there, I believe. All right, so there's that. And then these two pieces, make sure they are right side up and right side up. Nope. And let's see. Yeah, it goes like that. It doesn't go there. That doesn't go there either. I don't think it's going to matter. I think it'll be all right. Okay, so what am I doing here? I am going to go ahead and we're going to put these down flat because we're going to pop up the sentiment, okay? And looking for my sample here that I just had. There it is. Yeah, those are flat. Okay. And then here you can see the other side. It's got these little, what are just little leafy stems in the cloud cover. So let's put our first one kind of right there. And second, just making sure I have enough adhesive on here. Because with it being embossed, I want to make sure that it just kind of, it's going to stick well. Let's leave just a little bit in between, not a lot. Why I didn't get that very in the center. Got more on the left than I do the right, but it's okay. All right, there's that. Very easy card, but this card could look so different depending on the embossing folder that you use, the paper that you use, right? Look very different, but it's a great layout. Let's see, let's get that right there. Okay, yeah, I am not seeing straight tonight, that's for sure. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. Okay, there's that, and there is that. Okay, so there's our 4 pieces in the center here. Now before I put this on, I have some of our, you guys know, remember the gold and the black twine that we had with the Christmas card, Christmas suite, online suite back during the last holidays, last Christmas time. And that's where I have this from, so I'm sure you have some of that in your stash, right? Let's see, I don't want that big. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna go back and do this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it in the hole. I don't want it in the hole. I'm gonna glue it over that hole. And I have a piece that's way bigger than what I needed. So let's grab a mini dimensional. And thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Grab that. And dimensional there. Not dimensional, mini glue dot. That's what I got going on here. Okay, so we're going to put that just kind of right there. It's a soft, it's not over the top kind of gold. So let's cut these strips down a little bit, or the side pieces flying around. And we need some dimensionals on here. Let's go with here and there. So this is our third card, and it was featuring the Flowering Meadows designer paper. Make sure I got that the right way, right? And I'm just going to put this in the middle here. And I'm not going to put any gems on this one, just because it is a sympathy card. But there it is. You can see the dimension, just soft. He cares for you. And then as you grieve, may your memories comfort you, your faith strengthen you, and may hope heal your heart. So there is card number 3. All right, let's get all these things out of the way. And let's grab all 3 of the cards that we created this evening. So let's grab this one. I got them over here on the side. And this one. And let me show you the 3 cards that I'll be giving away. If you say, you know, card or share the video, it just helps it helps the momentum of my channel. All right, and like I said, this is really my full-time gig now, and so just have to figure out how to make it all work, right guys? Okay, so there are the 3 cards that we made. What do you think? Which is your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? I'd be curious to know. Oh, thank you, Sue. I hope she does. I got a whole pile of cards I need to get out. All right, so here are the 3 cards I'll be giving away, and I will let you know by doing the drawing. So here is Happy Autumn. This is with Product of the Month for August that I shared in my last week's video. This is our coneflower die, which is a retired, but look how gorgeous that is. And you can see that this is kind of a dimensional card, really nice. And then this is Amazing Technique. It takes a minute, but it's beautiful, isn't it? It almost looks like a telescoping card. I don't know how to describe it, but it's gorgeous. So those are the 3 cards I'm going to be sending out, and I'll go through all the comments from tonight, and I'll be sending those. And if I don't have your address, I'll have to message you on Facebook through Messenger, right? All right. That's what we have for this evening. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera up and see you guys. And let's go here. So thank you so much for being here this evening. I appreciate that you spent some time with me, and I hope that you enjoyed what you saw, and that you might even recreate what I shared. If you are watching this again on YouTube as a replay, thank you so much. And if you like what you saw, I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and that you'll follow my channel. All right, guys. Sue says she likes number 1. You like them all, Nancy. You are so welcome. I'm glad I can share with you guys. Number 1. They're just pretty. And who doesn't like pink, you know? Right? Okay. I think we are all set for this evening, and I will see you next time. You guys have a great week. Blessings.